no face, no case. You feel me? You feel me?
No Face Crypto just dropped another video. We're fucked.
Who the hell is this guy?
Can't see me, but feel my mind. No Face Crypto, phantom protocol. Standing tall while empires fall. Central chains can't cage it all. Unshaken faith I break.
What is up, guys? Welcome to the No Face Crypto channel. Where does it face no case? You feel me? And I had to take the whole day to just decompress, not pay attention to the Goyslop war that is going on, even though I have went ahead and basically followed that for the first 3 days, guys. I have a basically historically accurate account of the first 3 days of the unfolding of World War III. I know it sounds crazy, but it is true, guys. You can go ahead and tap that in right here, guys. 3-hour stream, 5-hour stream, 6-hour stream. And in 10, 20, 30 years, when they ask these kids to do the school project, I got my kid, bruh. I got them. I got the proof right here. This is exactly how it started, all right? Get past all the misinformation, all the bullshit, right? Don't watch Fox, because it is a lot worse than they are telling you guys. And I will just go ahead and leave that there, right? I had to decompress and kind of separate myself from all situations here. The war, Candace Owens, Erica Kirk, Charlie Kirk, all the bullshit. I just had to calm it down for a second, right? Because while all this crazy stuff is going on, your boy still has to go to work. I still got bills that have to get paid. And I still pay taxes that goes towards terrorism. It is what it fucking is, right? And this is why we go ahead and we spend little bits of money here and there on crypto and just stack up as much as we can, because maybe this is the last chance we have, guys. Now let me relax a little bit. We're going to move on from the topic of war. We're going to go into the transition of the financial system, which is what I want this video to be focused on. But guys, I think his name is Brian McGinnis. I saw the clip of Brian McGinnis and it absolutely broke my heart. I can't even lie. And so I had to take 24 hours to just chill. But I'm going to go ahead and share that clip with you guys now as well, because we can talk about people getting bombed and missiles all day. But how did we get in this situation? Why are we here? And how are we going to get back out? Because we know who wins in the end. And you feel me? Let's go ahead and roll the clip. You feel me? Let's lock in.
This motherfucker is locked.
None of you seem to understand. I'm not locked in here with you.
That's it! You're locked in here with me!
From the Capitol to the White House, Freemasons throughout history have freely roamed the halls of power in Washington.
Freemasons first appeared in Europe around 1390 AD as a guild of stoneworkers, but over time, their mission and activities became increasingly shrouded in secrecy. Joining the Freemasons wasn't easy. There was a strict set of initiation rites and rituals. The higher a member rose in the organization, the more secrets he learned. Remarkably, 13 of the founding fathers of America belonged to the secret society.
Washington was very fond of and drawn to the symbols of Freemasonry. He was proud to be a Freemason.
Washington and fellow Freemason L'Enfant were also responsible for designing the Federal Triangle, an area with specific geometrical symbols built into the street plans of Washington, D.C.
Many of the landmarks, monuments, and memorials are linked really to Masonic symbolism.
The Freemasons were very instrumental in the building of the Washington Monument.
The Washington Monument is shaped like an Egyptian obelisk, an ancient symbol from Egypt, which connects to the pyramid, and another symbol from ancient Egypt, which we find on the $1 bill.
The United States, back in its infancy, was into these secret societies, and it was born of that.
Skull and Bones is one such network.
Founded in 1832, Skull and Bones is the oldest of Yale's many secret societies.
A known breeding ground for CEOs, Supreme Court justices, diplomats, and U.S. presidents.
You were both in Skull and Bones, the secret society.
It's so secret we can't talk about it.
What does that mean for America? You both were members of Skull and Bones, a secret society at Yale. What does that tell us?
Not much, because it's a secret.
Members of the order dress up as the devil, the Pope, and a kind of Don Quixote character. Each initiate is led into a chamber where fellow members shout obscenities and abuse the new initiates. The initiates are told that they are superior beings and are part of a privileged elite who use war, terror, and famine to control Earth's human population.
I speak loudly. How much louder do you want to talk, Marine? Listen, sir. Everybody, this Marine wants to be heard. I can't. Come on down here. I do want to be heard because I am personally affected. My wife is Palestinian. My wife is Palestinian. I have soldiers. I need a leader. Be a leader. Be a leader. Start with respect. I have tried to, sir, and I've tried to. You started escalating. I do that because I'm a Marine and I have lived. I've fought for our country and I have this emotional response. I do this with everybody. I do this with my family. I do this with my wife. We need a leader. We don't support Israel. We do not support Israel. We do not support Israel. How many times do the American people have to say that?
No one wants to fight for Israel! No one wants to fight for Israel!
His hand, his hand! Oh, his hand!
Let go of your hand. Let go of the door. Let go of the door. Can you let? The senator broke his hand.
Project GP1, 5PP14, developed by my people, the Israelis at MIT with HIV in it, right? No. Because that's exactly what it is. This is a genocide by the Israelis. They're getting rid of all you Americans. You're all part of the land of Edom. They consider Donald Trump their Mashiach. I don't know if you know this. Do you know that they gave Donald Trump the silver crown of the Torah recently, which is to be put on the head of the Messiah? Do you know this? Who's that? 163 Orthodox rabbis. Oh, wow. Came together at Trump's golf course and handed him the silver crown. Do you know any of that? Nope. They gave him a menorah about 2 weeks ago, and on the bottom, the inscription.
For Israel!
Everybody sit down, please.
Oh my God, what is happening? No, it's not. I will be going live if needed to speak on the war and things like that further. There are other very important things in terms of the financial system that I have covered in those lives as well, and I do understand that people may have not caught those, so I will cover it shortly here. But I almost have no words for those clips, guys. I almost have no words for the state this country is in. And honestly, I don't care. I think it's time for a revolution. I think it's time we start taking names, and I think it's time we go pay these people a visit, right? And I don't care. I'll be the first one to say it, guys. It's time we all really educate ourselves. And we need to start getting in a group. We need to start really planning on how the fuck we're going to make this country better. Okay? There is no morals that these people live by. And so the fight you have to fight is a righteous one. I'm not here to preach. I'm not here to say anything crazy, right? But the karma that is coming for these people is not a lifetime in a box. It's time we actually have the conversation, guys. Right? In that live stream, I discussed to you guys before Albert Pike's letter to Mussolini about the 3 wars that the Illuminati will be a part of, essentially. And the Third World War. I'm going to go ahead and read this for you guys. This is what we are living through right now, and this is truly some prophetic times. It wouldn't hurt to go ahead and pick up the Bible. It really wouldn't. And because that book is the oldest historical account of what was going on in this world, truly. And when you look across every religion, every religious text, they all talk about the same stuff, the same great floods, the same good versus evil war. And you know, I can't find the clip, but I've told you guys many times that eventually it's going to boil down to one thing in this world. All right. Are you good or are you evil? I stand for good. I'm not here. I want people to be able to raise kids in this country they're actually well educated and not filled with goy slop. I'm sick of this shit. So let's talk about the financial system, because if they can go ahead and bring a war that they want, no matter what, what makes you think they're not going to go ahead and bring the financial system that they want, no matter what? And so this isn't about buying the correct assets and I mean, it is, but it's not about picking one asset and your asset's the best above everyone else, but above everybody else's, excuse me. But it's about placing yourself correctly when they usher in the new system. And we're going to talk about World War III very quickly. Let's break it down. Let's read the letter. All right, but understand that this war was specifically not only for Israel, but this war was for dollar-backed dominance. Because if you guys pay attention to what BRICS is doing and what China is doing, the world is getting away from the US dollar, right? America does not own the world like we think we do. Albert Pike's letter to Mazzini, not Mussolini, I'm tripping. The Illuminati plan for 3 world wars, August 15th, 1871. The following is a letter that speculation claimed that Albert Pike wrote to Giuseppe Mazzini in 1871 regarding a conspiracy involving 3 world wars that they were planned in an attempt to take over the world. Yada yada, guys. Okay, World War I and World War II, excuse me, they happen. But let's go ahead and just read it. Must be brought about in order, World War I, to permit the Illuminati to overthrow the power of the czars in Russia and of making that country a fortress of atheistic communism. Now, enough said. Must be fomented, World War II, by taking advantage of the differences between the fascists and the political Zionists. This war must be brought about so that Nazism is destroyed, and that the political Zionism must be strong enough to institute a sovereign state of Israel and Palestine. The 6 million pizza conspiracy, well, we don't got to talk about it. All right, but I'm not trying to get banned. All right, but now this is where it gets interesting, guys. The Third World War must be fomented by taking advantage of the differences caused by the agenter of the Illuminati between the political Zionists and the leaders of the Islamic world. The war must be conducted in such a way that Islam, the modern Arabic world, and political Zionism, the state of Israel, must mutually destroy each other. Meanwhile, the other nations, once more divided on this issue, will be constrained to fight to the point of complete physical, moral, spiritual, and economical exhaustion. We shall unleash the nihilists and the atheists, and we shall provoke a formidable social cataclysm, which in all its horror will show clearly to the nations the effect of absolute atheism, origin of savagery, and of most bloody turmoil. Then everywhere, the citizens, obliged to defend themselves against the world of minority of revolutionaries, will exterminate those destroyers of civilization and the multitude disillusioned with Christianity, whose deistic spirits will from that moment be without compass or direction, anxious for an ideal, but without knowing where to render its adoration. They will bring in the Antichrist. But he says here, will receive the true light through the universal manifestation of the pure doctrine of Lucifer, brought finally out in the public view. This manifestation will result from the general reactionary movement, which will follow the destruction of Christianity and atheism, both conquered and exterminated at the same time. Yes. Now digest that, guys. Now let's talk a little bit about the geography of this, what's actually going on here, and this new financial system. I'm telling you guys, if you pay attention, this all is a distraction, number one. But number two, if we live through this, all right, you need to be prepared for the new financial system. Straight up. Just being real with you guys.
Creation is full of variety. That's what we learn from creation, is that God loves variety. God creates all these different animals. We're still discovering new animals.
Thee, O Lord, do I lift up my soul. Let me not be ashamed. Let not mine enemies triumph over me. Let them be ashamed which transgress without cause. Show me thy way, O Lord. Teach me thy paths. For thou art the God of my salvation. On thee do I wait all the day. Amen.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's just take a quick look at the Earth. If the Earth is round or the Earth is flat, it's a whole other conversation for another video. But at this point, I'm questioning all of reality. Now, let's just go ahead. You may or may not be located in this area. All right? This area has a lot of beef with this area. And a lot of times throughout the years, there tends to be a lot of people from this area that die because they go over here. Historically, right, any human would tell you, you probably shouldn't go over there if you want to cause problems. Maybe you should just go over there if you want to visit and enjoy the scenery. Maybe the old world, see a lot of that stuff. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if they destroyed the pyramids. While they're there, they might as well, right? They might as well go ahead and steal the Ark of the Covenant while they're down there. That's how they're feeling right now. Unfortunately, here's what's going on right now. We have this little country right here, which isn't even probably the size of New Jersey, right? And we might as well just Chief Keef them at this point. That's how I'm feeling. Just blow New Jersey up. That's how I feel. All right. Now, here is the Strait of Hormuz. This little point right here is very, very important for a lot of the worlds, and a lot of the oil and all the goods and a lot of the cool stuff comes from this area in the world. Now, this country, all the way over here, decided to go pretty crazy and just start committing war crimes in a country right around here called Iran, which is pretty much 80% mountains. As you can see, this just looks like a cheese grater. You wouldn't want to be on the ground here with a gun and not wanted. I just don't understand why people even think boots on the ground is a good idea here. But anyway, this country right here with all these mountains and a ton of missiles and very, I would like to see well-spirited people who believe in a God and just want to mind their own business. So I don't see any reason to bother them. But we bother them with this little country over here, who has had control over our big, big country all the way over here forever. Okay? Now, a lot of oil goes through here. Right here, a lot of oil also comes through here. All of this stuff right here is at a very, very big risk because of this country right here. And I hope that explains kind of what's going on. Now, these countries right here have been sending over tons of missiles to this country, Israel, which might end this war completely off the face of the earth. I'm not sure. We'll see. But they have a lot of control over a lot of stuff. Now, because all that's happening, we saw UK and EU oil prices shoot up about 50%. And we'll get into that in just a second. Now, while all of that stuff is going on, all down over here, we have some very interesting stuff happening over here. For a long time, China here has wanted to take advantage of Taiwan for multiple reasons. But we also have Japan, and our really, really big country right down over here. Okay, they want to, well, basically what they do is they take all their money and funnel it through Japan and borrow their currency because it is at a lower interest rate. And what happens then is they take that trade, swap it back into something else that's a little heavier, throw it into Bitcoin, throw it into XRP, throw it into gold, silver, etc. And they make more money on the trade that way when they go ahead and pay Japan back. Well, I'll tell you something very interesting that Japan just did in just a second. But you guys all have to take into consideration what is happening here geopolitically, globally, etc. Because Russia, during all of this, is supplying missiles, etc., whatever technology to Iran right here to fight this war. And whatever you hear on the news, I'm not here to give opinions. All right, I'm anti-war, but okay, Iran is a lot more prepared than I think Israel here was prepared for. And unfortunately, the big countries around the world, like the United States, are completely cooked because they've been taken advantage of by this country for a very, very long time. Let's just take a look at Iran here, guys. Look at the geography. This looks like this is one of the most unique geographies I've ever seen in a country. If a single US soldier touches this land on foot, we are in for a very bad time. The worst time throughout history, I think. This is Vietnam, and it'll be that times 3 if anyone touches the ground here. So please pray and hope that this doesn't happen. But things are not getting great, and maybe I'll go ahead and carry on in a live later. All right, let's get on to the reverse carry trade with Japan and the United States and all this stuff very quickly. And we can pay attention. This is where the new financial system is coming into play. And this is not a joke. If that trade is so important and so vital to the economy in the United States, and the head bank of Japan comes forward and says, we're going to go ahead and move forward with blockchain, that is something to pay attention to. They are setting the rules. Let's go ahead and get into what Japan said, but understand that everything you see on the mainstream media, all this shit is exposed. It's bullshit. It's controlled, etc., guys. I learned a fact that was very, very crazy today. Let me go ahead and just pull this up on my phone real quick and I'll read it off. But guys, this goes deep, and you can go ahead and take my word for it, or you can go ahead and check and find out for yourself, right? The guy on the left was arrested and convicted for illegally selling missiles to Iran during the Reagan administration. The guy on the right is a Fox News military analyst who thinks Iran shouldn't have missiles. They're the same guy. And his name is Oliver North, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead and look into that for yourself and understand that everything you find and all the bullshit on TV, it's all controlled, mass media, propaganda, etc. Right? They taught me about propaganda, but they didn't teach me that propaganda was still a major thing. And it's just insane. All right, let's go ahead and get into the blockchain.
Banking industry in Japan. The research, conducted by veteran statistician Dr. Hossein Hassani alongside research experts Su Huang and Emmanuel Silva, highlights the significant inroads Ripple has made within Japan's banking sector. According to the study, approximately 80% of Japanese banks have partnered with Ripple, showcasing the increasing importance of blockchain technology in traditional finance. Ripple, known for its robust payment solutions, has become a formidable player in facilitating faster and more efficient cross-border transactions. Ripple's attractive offering has garnered the attention of leading financial institutions in Japan, a country traditionally cautious about adopting new technologies. The paper confirms that Japan's banking sector has embraced Ripple's blockchain solutions at an unprecedented rate. This shift reflects a broader trend within the financial industry towards adopting innovative technologies. The research indicates that over 60 Japanese banks have integrated Ripple's technology, demonstrating a strong commitment to leveraging blockchain for improved financial services. Ripple's technology, particularly its on-demand liquidity (ODL) system, now known as Ripple Payments, offers several advantages. These include reduced transaction costs, faster processing times, and enhanced transparency, aligning with global banking goals of improving efficiency and customer service. Through these partnerships, Japanese banks can offer their clients quicker and more reliable international payment services, setting a new industry standard. One notable example is SBI Holdings, a major Japanese financial conglomerate. In 2016, SBI Holdings formed a partnership with Ripple, leading to the creation of SBI Ripple Asia. This venture has expanded, with various SBI subsidiaries relying on Ripple's payment infrastructure for transnational settlements. Ripple's partnerships extend beyond Japan. This year, Ripple also partnered with the Japanese consulting company Hashkey DX.
We just fast forward a little bit, guys. The Bank of Japan is set to test central bank money on a blockchain between financial institutions. Guys, they are now settling their reserves on the blockchain. We'll go ahead and find a article just real quick to support this shit. But you feel, yo, I mean, it's right in front of you guys. It's right in front, but let's go ahead and read the article real quick. Here we have a quick article from Yahoo Finance, about as official as you can get, etc. But Bank of Japan to test blockchain settlement for bank reserves. Here's why it matters, guys. Bank of Japan will launch sandbox experiments to settle bank reserves using blockchain technology. But I want you guys to understand that Ripple has been experimenting with Japan for over 10 years. All right, this is nothing new. Okay, the initiative aims to enable 24/7 instant interbank and security settlement while preserving central bank money as a trust anchor. Okay, so unfortunately, and this is just how things work, but the banking system will always be here. So Ripple went ahead and they're working with the banks. Whether you like it or not, that's just the way it is. And if you can't beat them, join them. And that is what they did. They made a system so good they can't even deny it. And in the midst of a war, when the money is about to start flowing back into Japan, the carry trade will unwind. Guys, what do you think Japan's going to do to settle all this money coming back? I'm telling you, trust, right? Then they're going to raise interest rates. They're going to raise interest rates, and we'll get into that in just a second, but trust, this all plays a part. And you got Donald Trump going ahead saying he's going to insure ships with the U.S. Navy through the Strait of Hormuz. That's just to save the U.S. dollar, guys. I'm telling you. It has to be deducted in the U.S. dollar. That's exactly what he said. So let's go ahead and pay attention to what's actually going on here. It's a last-ditch effort to save the U.S. dollar. We have BRICS, we have China, we got Russia, and we have digital currencies. And so what do you think the United States is going to go ahead and choose? They know the dollar's dying. I'm telling you, pay attention. The move goes beyond CBDC pilots, shifting toward real-world testing of tokenized central bank funds inside core financial infrastructure. All right, and we know the Fed, they're going to go ahead and keep cutting rates. And as the Fed cut rates, you want to know what Japan's going to do? They're going to go ahead and raise rates. Japan's central bank is moving blockchain from the lab to the backbone of the financial system. On March 3rd, Bank of Japan Governor Kazuo Oida announced that central bank will begin sandbox experiments to test whether bank reserves, the current account deposits financial institutions hold a lot, the BOJ, can be settled using blockchain technology. And they already know it can. I know the technology they're going to use. All right. Unlike earlier central bank digital currencies trials, the initiative targets the core plumbing of Japan's financial system. If successful, it would mark one of the most ambitious attempts by a major central bank to tokenize central bank money for real-world settlement. All right. Those efforts largely focus theoretical models and limited CBDC testing. This new program moves further, tests how blockchain could integrate directly into the existing system and handle interbank transfers and securities settlement. And this will begin the prototype development in the second quarter of 2026. I'm telling you guys, though, let's pay attention and pull up another article very quickly. We can go ahead and look up very quickly, boom, boom, how long has Japan worked with Ripple? And we can see Japan's worked with Ripple for approximately 10 years, beginning with the formation of a strategic partnership and joint venture with SBI Holdings, as you guys heard before, back in 2016. And we have an article from December of 2025 about Ripple leveraging Japanese banking giants to drive XRP ledger activity. Ripple is doubling down on its presence in Japan, drawing on long-standing relationships with the country's traditional financial institution. The strategy is aimed at increasing adoption and interest in the XRPL. This week, Asia at Web3 Alliance, Japan and Web3 Salon launched the Japan Financial Infrastructure Innovation Program. This initiative is designed to support Japanese startups developing next-generation compliant digital financial solutions on the XRPL. So they're throwing out grants in a project at the end of 2025, and they go ahead and announce going straight to blockchain in 2026. Guys, pay it. Oh my god! Like I can't even think. It's like it's very obvious what's happening here, and we have an absolutely beautiful price on the XRP right now. I don't even have to look, but boom, boom. Yeah, I mean it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt, guys. Lock in or get locked out. It is that simple. I know there's a lot of stuff going on right now, but it's very simple, guys. You either buy or you don't. And you're either in for the ride or you're not. Right? What happens to post-war economies? Bro, they go to the roof. And I don't know how we're looking for this war. So I might as well just go ahead and buy the crypto while I have the chance. Might as well own something. Right? Because everyone's dream of owning a home is cooked for like a few decades, right? So let's just let's chill and wait and lock in, y'all. You feel me?
I'm the cipher inside the system, encrypted rhythm, algorithmic wisdom. Bankers panic when I twist the prism, cause I decentralize the mechanism. Ledger lock, my code immaculate. Truth so sharp it decapitates, no fiat fate, lie emancipate. XRP flow, recalibrate. Invisible king with a digital throne. Phantom of finance, flesh and bone. I rise from data, self-made, self-known. Unshaken, I move in the zone. They manipulate, I meditate. They inflate, I innovate. They speculate, I educate. I'm the glitch they can't eliminate. Raw res crypto, masked in motion, riding the wave like quantum motion. XRP devotion, pure explosion. Phantom of finance, fully raw res crypto. Chain reaction, breaking control, pure satisfaction. No middleman, just interaction. Rebel of rhythm, blockchain faction. From Tokyo ticks to London trades, my name echoes in crypto raids. I'm the anomaly markets crave, silhouetted in code, I misbehave. Monetary matrix, I override. Quantum ink where the truth can't hide. They kneel to debt, I walk with pride. No face crypto, decentralized guide. Every drop of fun, I distill the flame. Every smear campaign fuels the game. They'll remember the ghost, not the name. Cause legends don't chase, they claim. Oh, ledger ignite. Phantom in flight. Man so bright. Can't see me, but feel my mind. No face crypto, phantom protocol. Standing tall while empires fall. Central chains can't cage it all. Unshaken faith, I break the wall. No face crypto, though immortal. Through digital doors, I breach the portal. Untraceable force, transtemporal. Phantom of finance, suiting and racks. No face crypto. No banks, no borders, no masters. Just vision and velocity. The world's asleep, but the phantom never rests street.